Hi guys and girls, Michael Warren here from Essential Guitar Lessons, and let's learn how to play the Flame on guitar by Cheap Trick. This is great for intermediate players to practice some bar chords and some strumming patterns, arpeggio picking, power chords and palm muting. Now this song is harder to play than it sounds, but I'll break each part down slowly for you. There are only 4 parts to the song and they're using slight variations on the arpeggio pattern we're using. It's in standard E tuning, and he's using a 12-string guitar. The chords we'll be using are A sus2, B sus4, B sus2, B, C sharp minor, a D-shaped E, and just a standard E and D chord. Now if you like this lesson, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. If you're having any problems with the song, leave a comment and I'll get back to you. You can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram. Or if there's a song you'd like to learn, let me know. So before we start the song, let's run over the chords. The first one we're doing is an A sus2. This is a little bit different from the standard A sus2, but it's the same thing. So we're going to start with our first finger, 2nd fret on the D string, our 3rd finger, 4th fret on the G string, and that's the A sus2, and you can hear that straight away in the intro of the song. So the next chord is a B sus4, and this can be a little tricky when you're starting out. We're barring the 2nd fret with our 1st finger. We're taking our 3rd finger on the D and the G string, and we're barring on the 4th fret. Then we take our little finger on the 5th fret on the B string, and that's our B sus4. There's also a B sus2, which is a bit easier to play. Again, barring the 2nd fret. Put your 3rd finger on the 4th fret on the D string, your little finger also on the 4th fret on the G string, and that's our B sus2. We have a standard B chord, so again barring the 2nd fret, and we're going to use our 3rd finger to bar the 4th fret on the D, G and B string, and that's our B bar chord. We also have a C sharp minor, so now we're barring the 4th fret. You're going to take your 3rd finger, place it on the D string on the 6th fret, your little finger underneath it on the G string on the 6th fret, and then your 2nd finger on the B string on the 5th fret, and that's our C sharp minor there. So the next one we'll do is this D-shaped E chord. It's exactly the same as D, but we're moving it up to the 4th fret there. So you'll have your 1st finger, 4th fret on the G string, your 2nd finger, 5th fret on the B string, and your 2nd finger, 4th fret on the E string, and that is your D-shaped E. We have a standard E chord. So 2nd finger on the 2nd fret on the A string, 3rd finger 2nd fret on the D string, 1st finger on the 1st fret on the G string, and that's our standard E, and just a standard D chord there as well. So open D string, 1st finger 2nd fret on the G string, 2nd finger 3rd fret on the B string, and 2nd finger 2nd fret on the E string, and that's our standard D chord. So let's make a start. We're going to start with our A sus2 chord. So 1st finger, 2nd fret on the D string, 3rd finger on the 4th fret on the G string. We're going to play the open A string first, and then play the D, G and B string after that. And we do that 4 times. So it's a nice easy intro there, but a nice chord he's using. So now we're going to do this little run on the B string, 2nd fret, 4th fret there on the B string. Now this is a tricky part. We're going to jump to the B sus4 bar chord there, and we're going to play the 2nd fret on the A string and the 5th fret on the B string. So, and then we're ready to play the 4th fret on the G string and the 4th fret on the D string. So slowly, 2, 4, 5, 4, 4. So if we put that intro together really slowly now. 2, 4, the 5 and the 2nd fret, the 4 and the 4. Now take your little finger off and play the 4 and the B string again. So 2, 4, Now from there we're going to change, this is the best place to change the chord, to the B sus2, and we're going to play the 4 on the D string, the 4 on the G string, the 2 on the B string, then back to the 4 on the G string, 4 on the D string. So we have, then we're going to change to the B chord. We're going to play the 4th fret again on the B string, jump to the D string, then to the G string, and then the 2nd fret, because your finger's already there on the A string, and that gets us ready to go back to the 2nd line there. So let's do that really slowly because it is confusing, the picking pattern there. Our little run, playing both, changing, and then we've got back to the open again. So let's do it up to speed now. And straight from that 2 there, we're going to the open, and that's the next line of the intro. Now it's nearly exactly the same. He's putting an extra 2 in on the A string there, so it's the same again, the A sus2 chord with our starting with our open A there. And we do that 4 times again. Our little run, 2, 4, the 5th fret there and the A string on the 2nd fret. And our G, D, little finger off, back to the B string. Now we've got the 4 on the D, the 4 on the G, but this time we're going to play the 2 on the A, and then the 2 on the B, the G, the D, changing to our B chord. We're going to play the B string, the D string, the G string, and then back to the 2nd fret on the A string. So the only difference there is he's adding the 2 in on that B sus2 chord. So let's do that slowly now. And 2, 4, our B sus4. And up to speed. So that's the intro to the song. And that first part was 4 bars. We finished on the 2 and then went back to the open. Now we want to remember that because we're going to use those 4 bars later in the song after the first chorus. So let's jump into the verse. So our verse is nearly exactly the same as the top line to the intro. It just changes slightly at the end on the B chord. So starting with our A sus2 again, we've got the open A string and 4 times there. Our little run, 2, 4 and the 5. Our B, changing to our B sus2. Now this is where it changes. We're going to go to the B, we're going to play the B strings at 4th fret, and then the D string, the G string and the B string. And that's the only difference there. We're not going back to that 2 at the end of the B. So let's play that slowly. Our run, B sus4, B, now the next line or the next 4 bars does change a little bit, and it's only at the start part. He plays the A sus2 chord again, he does the open A string, and then he plays the D string after that, and then does the chord or the D, G and B strings. Then the rest of it stays exactly the same. And doing our B sus4. So that first 4 bars is exactly the same as the second 4 bars, except for our intro there where we're doing the A string and the D string, and then playing our chord. So that's our verse. Let's jump into the pre-chorus now. This is a little bit tricky, this part. We're going to start with a C sharp minor. We're going to play the A string and the E string at the same time. Then we're going to play the G, B, E, and again G, B, E. So now we're going to play the open A string, 6th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the B string, and then play the 7th fret on the B string as well. Then back to the 6th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the B string, and then back to our 6th fret on the G string. So we have so we put those two chords together, we go back to the C sharp minor and we do exactly the same thing again. And then we change this second chord a little bit. We're going to play the A open string, 6th fret on the G string, 5th fret on the B string, the 7th fret on the B string, and then just 5 on the B, 6 on the G to finish there. So let's do that slowly now. C sharp minor, and let's try that up to speed. Now our next part, we're using our D-shaped E chord. We're going to play the top E string, so it'll be open, and the 4th fret there on that bottom E string. Then we play the G, B, and E, and then the G and B. So we have. Now we're going to go to a B chord. We're going to play the A string and the E string together, and then the G, B, E, and G, again, and then we're going to do an A sus2, and we're going to play the open A string and the bottom E string, B string, G string, 2 times on the E string, B string and G string there. So let's do that part slowly now. To the B chord, to the A sus2, to speed there. Now the last little part, we're going to do 2 Bs, and this is our power chord, so we're just playing the A, D and G string there. We do that twice. Back to an A power chord once, back to the B once, A once, B once, and then A 2 times. Let's do that slowly. And up to speed. And that's our pre-chorus. That's the same each time. Okay, so our next part's the chorus, and this is fairly easy. We're just going to start with our E chord and do our strumming pattern down, down, up, down, up. So down, down, up, down, up. To B for 1 bar, same strumming pattern, down, down, up, to A, and we're going to do 2 bars there, same strumming pattern. So down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And we do that twice. Let's play through that now. E, B, and to our A, 2 bars. Back to our B, our B, and our A, 2 bars. Then we're going to go back to E, 1 bar, same strumming pattern. B, 1 bar, same strumming pattern. This time we go back to E for 1 bar, same strumming pattern. And then to A for 1 bar, same strumming pattern. Now this next part we're going to do palm muting, so we're going to start on the A and 1 bar there. We'll be doing a count of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, so all down strums. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and our B bar chord, palm muting again, 1 bar, 2 and 3 and 4 and our C sharp minor, again 1 bar, palm muting, and 3 and 4 and then we're going to go back to our D, 2 bars, palm muting. You can build that up there. Then the last part we stay on the D, we do down, 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 down. And that finishes the chorus off. So let's play that through now. E, B for a bar, A for 2 bars. E again, B, A for 2 bars. E, our chorus there. So that's all the parts of the song. So let's go through and put it together now. So starting with our intro, we play that. Then we go to our first verse, our pre-chorus, then our chorus. And then we play those first 4 bars of the intro again. And then our second verse is the first 4 bars of the verse, and we do that twice. We have the pre-chorus, the chorus, then the solo. In the solo, we're just doing the second verse, play that exactly the same. Then we go back to our pre-chorus. So the last chorus, we're just playing the E for a bar, the B for a bar, and the A for 2 bars with our strumming pattern. So it's the first 4 bars of the chorus, we're doing that and just repeating that till the end. So thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I'll see you soon.